Hello, I'm Karthikeyan and I would be presenting our approach to the BioLaySumm 2024 shared task on lay summarization of biomedical research articles at the BioNLP workshop 2024. Our team name was Eulerian. Preprocessing over abstract is all you need. This was a joint work by me and Satyam Modi at the Indian Institute of Technology, Delhi. The objective which we had at our hand was to generate lay summaries from biomedical research articles, and we wanted to make these research findings in the biomedical literature accessible to lay audience. With the increased number of research articles across every domain, it is impractical to do manual summarization. Automated lay summarization can significantly enhance the reach and impact of research findings by making them accessible to a wider audience, which includes patients, healthcare providers, policymakers, cross domain researchers, as well as the general public. Summarization usually involves either the extractive summarization or the abstractive summarization. Extractive summarization involves selecting and extracting key phrases, sentences, or segments directly from the original text to create a summary, whereas abstractive summarization is generated by creating new sentences that convey the key information from the original text. We used two datasets for this purpose. One was the PLOS dataset derived from Public Library of Science, and the second one was eLife dataset derived from a peer-reviewed journal. We propose a technique called preprocessing over abstract, wherein we extract initial sentences from a research article which usually comprises of the abstract, and it provides a concise overview of the study. Then we apply a regular expression to remove content within parentheses, braces, and brackets. These segments often contain supplementary details that can be omitted for a lay audience. This pre-processing step aims to improve readability without compromising the core information. We then fine-tuned some of the FLAN-T5 models, and we trained it on like both the PLOS as well as the eLife dataset in a combined fashion. We used both the FLAN-T5 small version as well as the base version. The idea behind combining the dataset was to improve the model's generalization and robustness. And the base model being slightly larger and more complex than the small model, we expected it to have capture more intricate patterns and dependencies in the data. We evaluated our performance on 12 scores ranging across three dimensions: relevance, readability, and factuality. We then conducted a bunch of experiments to find out the best suitable combination. Initially, we went ahead with just the pre-processing over abstract technique without involving any training, and that in itself was giving significant relevance and factuality scores. At that point, all we were aiming for is to improve the readability scores without compromising on the relevance and factuality scores, for which we trained Flantify small models initially with the PLOS dataset alone. Then we combined the dataset, and then we moved on to Flantify base model. And then on top of Flantify base model, we tried cosine scheduler. So some of the key findings include the Flantify small model was able to improve the relevance and readability with the combined dataset, and the Flantify base model, it improved the relevance and readability scores slightly, but we had a drop in factuality scores. Then we tried cosine scheduler, which provided a good balance over the factuality and the readability. Then we did some hyperparameter tuning, and we found out that the Flantify base model works better with the cosine scheduler as well as the learning rate of 1E3. In conclusion, we propose that the training strategies and the pre-processing techniques and the hyperparameter tuning, were turned out to be beneficial in our approach. Notably, the POA technique, despite not involving any training, it in itself was able to perform relatively good on the relevance and factuality metrics, demonstrating its effectiveness in generating accurate and concise summaries from abstracts. We have tried encoder decoder models for the summarization task, like the FLAN T5 models. Similarly, one could also try decoder only models like Llama and GPT for the summarization task. One could also explore advanced fine tuning and prompt engineering techniques.